First question. What genre blend is highlighted in Ritenour's Rio Funk? Ritenour's Rio Funk intertwines jazz fusion with Latin influences, showcasing his virtuosic guitar style. David Sanborn's Hideaway prominently features which musical style blend? Sanborn's Hideaway exemplifies a blend of jazz with instrumental pop. This composition highlights Sanborn's signature style of integrating jazz with pop and R&B elements, a blend evident during his Montreux performance. This mix does not reference classical, blues, folk, or reggae influences. What significant aspect marks the Steps Ahead concert in Tokyo in 1986? The Tokyo concert by Steps Ahead in 1986 is significant as the only live recording of that particular lineup. This event, originally released on Laserdisc and later CD, reflected the ensemble's innovative jazz fusion approach. No brass band or audience participation was featured. Which element of Not Unlike That by Spyro Gyra is particularly notable? Spyro Gyra's Not Unlike That is notable for its energetic slap bass groove. Found on the Rhinebeck sessions, this instrumental track highlights the band's jazz fusion style. Elements like quiet interludes or chant influences do not feature prominently. The track Joyrider appears on which Wayne Shorter album? Joyrider appears on Wayne Shorter's 1988 album Joyride. The album includes original compositions by Shorter, exemplifying his distinct approach to jazz without referring to Speak No Evil or Atlantis. On which album can George Duke's track Reach Out be found? George Duke's track Reach Out is part of his 1983 album Guardian of the Light. Known for his jazz-funk style, the song features intricate keyboard work and dynamic instrumentation. Which track opened the Mahavishnu Orchestra set at the 1972 Festival de Château Vallon concert? Meeting of the Spirits opened the Mahavishnu Orchestra's set at the Château Vallon concert in 1972. This track also began their debut album, The Inner Mounting Flame. Which album by Jean-Luc Ponty reached #1 on the Jazz Albums chart in 1977? Jean-Luc Ponty's Enigmatic Ocean topped the Jazz Albums chart in 1977, solidifying his fusion prowess and broadening his listener base. Which famous Brazilian composer inspired Michael Franks's Antonio's Song? Michael Franks's Antonio's Song was influenced by the renowned Brazilian composer Antonio Carlos Jobim, whose style complements the song's lyrical landscape. Which instrument did John Christensen play with the Keith Jarrett European Quartet? John Christensen played drums for the Keith Jarrett European Quartet. His rhythms were vital to their signature sound at the Frankfurt Jazz Festival. Which musician composed the piece Footprints, performed by the Miles Davis Quintet in their 1967 Karlsruhe concert? Wayne Shorter composed Footprints, a piece synonymous with his groundbreaking work within the Miles Davis Quintet. The 1967 live performance by the ensemble in Karlsruhe showcases their improvisational synergy. Which four-play track helped define their jazz fusion sound on their debut album? Fourplay's Bali Run was a key track in defining their jazz fusion sound from their debut album, maintaining a place in live shows. Its melodic interplay has been a hallmark of their long-standing success. Who performed the iconic bass line on Herbie Hancock's Chameleon? Herbie Hancock played the notable 12-note bass line on Chameleon using an ARP Odyssey synthesizer. This track is a hallmark of jazz fusion and funk. What unusual instrument did Allan Holdsworth use, known for its innovative sound? The syntax embraced by Allan Holdsworth showcased his pioneering approach and added to his distinguished musical innovations. Which notable musician collaborated with Mike Stern on Avenue B from his album These Times? Kenny Garrett collaborated with Mike Stern on Avenue B. Garrett's saxophone skills blended well with Stern's jazz fusion style. Which instrument takes the lead in Teen Town by Weather Report? In Teen Town, Jaco Pastorius' bass takes the lead, showcasing his innovative technique. This track is a key part of Weather Report's Heavy Weather. Who played baritone guitar on Song for the Boys? Pat Metheny played baritone guitar on Song for the Boys, a track from his solo album One Quiet Night. Metheny was the sole performer during the recording sessions. The 1981 album Word of Mouth by Jaco Pastorius features which harmonica player? Toots Thielemans delivered an exceptional performance on Jaco Pastorius's Word of Mouth. His harmonica added a distinct layer to Pastorius's orchestral vision. Which instrument did Robben Ford start his musical journey with before transitioning to guitar? Robben Ford began his musical career on the saxophone at age 10. This early foundation contributed to his later success as a celebrated guitarist. Who composed the title track Bolivia on Freddie Hubbard's album? The title track Bolivia on Freddie Hubbard's album was composed by Cedar Walton. The piece combines Latin rhythms and swing sections to showcase the ensemble's range.